When it comes to buying the right model, there's so many factors to consider, and that's why today we picked and reviewed the best models for you and ranked them by price, quality, performance, and more. You can check their prices and find out more information by using the links in the description down below. Now, let's go straight to the list.
Today, we will be taking a look at the best AMD Ryzen laptop to buy today. Number 5. Acer Swift 3. The Acer Swift 3 is one of the best built budget AMD Ryzen laptops out there. The chassis, though primarily made of plastic, is well built and is very sturdy. The hinges are tight yet open up easily with just one finger. In fact, the laptop can be opened up fully up to 180 degrees, with a thickness of just 0.65 inches and weighing about 1.2 kilograms. The Acer Swift 3 is one of the most compact Ryzen laptops you can buy. The Acer Swift 3 is powered by the AMD Ryzen 7 4700U processor, which is a very powerful chip. Featuring 8 cores and 8 threads, the Ryzen 7 4700U offers a base clock of 2 GHz and can boost up to 4.1 GHz. The CPU is the strongest point of the Swift 3 and beats several similarly configured Intel laptops easily. Multitasking should be a breeze on this laptop. However, it is not ideal for running intensive tasks such as video editing or 3D rendering. The Ryzen 7 4700U comes with the Radeon RX Vega 7 iGPU. The Vega 7 has comparable performance to the NVIDIA GeForce MX250 in some games and benchmarks. The Vega 7 will get you by just fine for light graphics workloads. Other games will work fine at 720p high settings, while you have to tone down the settings too low for achieving playable frame rates at 1080p. The Acer Swift 3 is among the best affordable Ryzen laptops one can find, and a major part of the compromise is with the display. It is not entirely bad and is pretty much passable for regular media streaming. However, it is very dim and is difficult to use outdoors. Color gamut coverage is poor, though it can get reasonably color accurate. The Swift 3 comes with 8 GB of dual-channel LPDDR4X RAM, which means upgrading memory down the line is not possible. The SSD, however, can be swapped out for a higher capacity model, but there's room for only one NVMe SSD in the chassis. The Wi-Fi card can be replaced too if needed. The disassembly of the laptop will require some effort. Port selection is decent for a laptop at this price and thickness. If you are looking for a cheap AMD Ryzen-powered laptop that does not compromise on performance, the Acer Swift 3 is an easy recommendation as long as you can get past the poor display. Number 4. Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. Microsoft has always positioned the Surface laptop lineup as a viable alternative to the Apple MacBook Air, and the Surface Laptop 3 is no different. The Surface Laptop 3 sports a clean and elegant design that is very light to carry. The chassis is primarily made of metal, though you also can get an Alcantara fabric design as well. Considering the premium price point, the build quality is excellent and every little detail has been attended to. The Surface Laptop 3 runs on a custom AMD Ryzen 5 3580U processor, dubbed the Microsoft Surface Edition. There is not much difference between the Microsoft Surface Edition AMD chip and the regular Picasso Zen Plus processors that are available to other OEMs. The Ryzen 5 3580U offers 4 cores and 8 threads, clocked at 2.1 GHz base and 3.7 GHz boost. The Ryzen 5 3580U Microsoft Surface Edition comes with an integrated Radeon RX Vega 9 GPU. The Vega 9 does a good job in accelerating GPU-bound applications for a fluid user experience, but it is not really suited for gaming. It may be possible to get playable frame rates on certain less demanding games such as esports titles, but the values will usually be under 60 frames per second at 1080p medium settings. Like other Surface products, the Surface Laptop 3's display is vivid, crisp, and very color accurate. It can cover the full sRGB color gamut and offers wide viewing angles. Being a Surface device, you get a touchscreen with a 3:2 aspect ratio that bodes for tasks such as document creation. The only negative with the Surface Laptop 3's display is that it has somewhat prominent bezels, which can seem a bit unsightly compared to the competition. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 is not for those who look to upgrade their device in the future. Most components, including the RAM, are soldered onto the motherboard, so you will need to order the correct configuration for your needs. While the SSD can be upgraded to a higher capacity drive, opening the bottom panel is a big chore in itself and is not generally recommended. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 offers a premium experience for those looking primarily at productivity applications and is the best AMD Ryzen 3000 powered laptop currently available. Number 3. HP Envy X360. The HP Envy X360 15.6-inch offers an excellent metal build that is reminiscent of its bigger cousin, the HP Spectre series. The Envy X360 is a convertible that can be used in both tablet and laptop form factors. At just 0.68 inches, the Envy X360 looks very slim and modern, but it does tip the scales at about 2.12 kilograms. The build is clean and without any unnecessary protrusions. HP also offers a full-size keyboard deck with backlighting along with a built-in fingerprint reader. The HP Envy X360 is powered by the AMD Ryzen 5 4500U, which is a 6-core, 6-thread processor. It means no support for simultaneous multi-threading, hyper-threading. That being said, the performance of the Ryzen 5 4500U is just perfect for regular office or multimedia workloads and can even take on Intel Ice Lake Core i7 1065 G7. However, given the lower core count, the Ryzen 5 4500U is not meant to be pushed to its limits, especially if you have the need for demanding workflows like video editing. The Ryzen 5 4500U in the Envy X360 comes with an integrated Radeon RX Vega 6 GPU. The Vega 6 is a pretty capable integrated GPU, iGPU, for basic multimedia acceleration. Gaming at 1080p low to medium settings can also be accomplished on the Vega 6 if it is paired with a fast enough system memory. Essentially, it can be compared to a dedicated NVIDIA GeForce MX150 GPU, which makes it perfect for a slim laptop like Envy X360. The Envy X360 uses a regular FHD 60Hz IPS touch panel. The display has slim bezels on 3 sides, save for the somewhat thicker bottom bezel, yielding about 79% screen-to-body ratio. The 360-degree hinge helps in transforming the device into a convertible and is sturdy and flexible enough for daily use. You can also use the optional HP Tilt Pen for writing directly on the display. Color reproduction is adequate for regular use, but the accuracy and color gamut coverage leaves a lot to be desired. The default configuration of the HP Envy X360 offers 8GB of RAM and a 512GB NVMe SSD. Unfortunately, the RAM is fully soldered onto the motherboard and cannot be upgraded. The SSD, however, can be swapped for a larger capacity version. For the usual office work and even some light gaming, you can get by with 8GB of RAM. Port selection is decent. There is no dedicated HDMI or DisplayPort out, so you need to use the USB Type-C port to hook up an external monitor. The HP Envy X360 does come with a few compromises, but the premium looks and decent feature set makes it one of the best AMD Ryzen laptops under $1,000. Number 2. Dell G5 15 SE 5505. The Dell G5 15 SE 5505 sports a subdued look than most other gaming laptops we see in the market. Though the construction is primarily plastic, the build quality is very good considering its price point. The overall design is mostly plain, save for some accents on the lid, and does not exude any gamery vibes. The Dell G5 15 SE 5505 comes equipped with an AMD Ryzen 5 4600H CPU with configuration options up to the Ryzen 7 4800H. The Ryzen 5 4600H is a 6-core, 12-thread processor with a base clock of 3 GHz and a boost clock up to 4 GHz. The processor is just fine for regular workloads and also for gaming as long as you don't push it too much. The Dell G5 15 SE is one of the few laptops to be powered by the AMD Radeon RX 5600M GPU. Since this laptop uses a combination of AMD Ryzen and AMD Radeon components, users can benefit from a technology called Smart Shift that intelligently allocates power between the CPU and the GPU depending on the need. However, it must be noted here that Smart Shift is not under the user's control. Gamers may find themselves having to tone down some of the game settings in order to take full advantage of the 144Hz panel. Radeon Adrenalin software offers a host of image enhancement options, including Radeon Image Sharpening, Radeon Anti-Lag, etc. The G5 15 SE is available with a 60Hz panel. There are configurations with an FHD 144Hz panel as well, with support for AMD FreeSync for tear-free viewing experience. The color accuracy of the display is fairly good, and the display can cover up to 100% of the sRGB color space. While this should be enough for gamers, those into professional photo or video editing should look elsewhere or hook up the laptop to a capable external display. Like most Dell laptops, the G5 15 SE can be configured during purchase. The RAM and SSD are upgradable. You can also swap out the killer AX1650X Wi-Fi adapter if you so desire. The G5 15 SE also offers a decent port selection, which should make connecting several peripherals at once easy. Do note that since this is an AMD Ryzen-powered laptop, there is no Thunderbolt 3 support. Overall, the Dell G5 15 SE ticks all the right boxes and is among the best AMD Ryzen 5 gaming laptops on the market today. Number 1. Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. At just 0.7 inches thick, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 is easily one of the slimmest, best AMD Ryzen laptops out there. Though lightweight, it is also pretty sturdy and it uses a magnesium and aluminum construction. The Zephyrus G14 is available in both Moonlight White and Eclipse Gray variants. Like most Asus laptops, the Zephyrus G14 also features an ergo lift mechanism which lifts the keyboard by a few millimeters to provide a more comfortable typing experience. The Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 laptop was one of the first laptops showcased to be powered by the flagship Ryzen 9 4900HS. The Ryzen 9 4900HS is a 35W, 8-core, 16-thread processor with a base clock of 3 GHz and a boost up to 4.3 GHz. This processor will only be seen in notebooks that adhere to certain criteria defined by AMD. The ROG Zephyrus G14 also sports the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 mobile GPU that offers excellent performance in games along with some decent ray tracing abilities. Though, there are still not many games that can actually make use of ray tracing yet. The RTX 2060 should allow for easy Ultra 60 frames per second gaming at the latest AAA titles at 1080p. The Zephyrus G14 sports a 14-inch FHD 120Hz display that is Pantone validated for accurate color reproduction. Asus offers several display options to choose from, and those who like to flaunt their ROG credentials can also opt for a model that offers the AMD Matrix display on the back of the lid that can be used to show off some cool effects. Internally, you get options to upgrade the RAM and SSD if needed, but do remember that the machine comes with 8 GB of RAM already soldered, leaving only one slot for expansion. The Ryzen 4000 platform comes with a promise of much improved battery life, and we get to see that the Zephyrus G14 can easily last up to a typical workday. Overall, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 is one of the best AMD Ryzen powered laptops, offering a great combination of performance, features, and price.
You can check out the prices of all the products mentioned on this list in the description below. Thanks for watching today's video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button for more content like this.